Warning! This podcast was recorded both live on stage and on the road, so there may be some material that will be unsuitable for younger listeners. Now, let's get this show on the f***ing road.
Hello, you're listening to We Sound Familiar. This is our podcast in a special edition, as it's almost like travel news. We are driving up to Derby to perform a special edition of Who Sounds Familiar?
We're all gonna die!
Well, that's not closer. This is a rental car.
What motorway are we on, Chris?
We are on the M1.
Oh, are you there yet?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're going...
Okay. Can we go and get a McDonald's?
We will in a bit, Pete.
I'll straight up cause a 42 car pile-up if I don't get a McFlurry, I swear.
A serious incident today happened with a mad lunatic in the back of a hatchback car.
Never take me alive!
They ran right into a lorry full of candy floss and stuff like that. It was a sticky situation, to say the least.
So what have we been up to? Al, you've recently worked with quite an inspiring figure.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm eating a biscuit as well now.
Very unprofessional.
Well, while you're doing that, biscuit
sorry, mate.
Biscuit
Let's all have a biscuit and sound unprofessional on the podcast.
Yes, because we're not being sponsored by Miranan, we're just eating their produce.
Other brands are acceptable.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, recently I was contacted about doing a video because for Walker's Crisps. And the reason I got picked was purely because they liked my face, which I was like, oh, okay, this makes a change.
You've got a lovely face, Al.
Oh, thank you.
You look like a man who could eat a packet of crisps again and again.
Oh, believe me, I f***ing did. But no, they chose me because they were like, we need someone who's expressive with their face and everything, and apparently I've got Jim Carrey's rubber face syndrome, so it's a tragic thing, and I'm going to try and start a video awareness of it very soon.
It's a tragic thing. It's so out of control.
Can you donate some money? Alrighty then. But yeah, so they were like, it's for an award ceremony for like to celebrate their. Oh, it's a falcon. Sorry, I just saw a falcon in the road. Like, oh wow, a falcon. Yeah. Anyway, so. It's for an award ceremony.
We're taking a bit of a detour.
Yeah.
We're driving in rural countryside now.
Yeah, so... Oh, look,
my God, look at the gazelle. Me. It's like the opening of the Lion King.
Oh,
it's like a cross between the Lion King and that scene in Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park Lost World.
Ah, classic.
Driving amongst the animals.
Beautiful. So...
Sorry, carry on, yes.
Going back to the thing. Yeah, so basically they said it's for an awards ceremony within Walkers and ITV. It's sort of like a way of saying congratulations for doing this promotional thing to like either win money or a holiday. And basically the video involves, it's a voiceover by Peter Dixon, who, as many people will know, is the voice of The X Factor.
Stacey Solomon! Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that guy. Legs akimbo. Oh, wait, that's the League of Gentlemen, isn't it?
Oh no!
Oh no, I've said the wrong one.
There's a tosspot in the next lane.
Tell you what, he'd be really good as like sat-nav, wouldn't he?
Turn left.
You've taken the wrong exit. Turn around, or I will have to yell in your ear a bit more. But yeah,
that's amazing though. So, but as I said, he naturally didn't talk like that. Was he soft-spoken?
No, well, I thought it was just going to be a case of he was going to narrate it in post. But then they told me, no, he's in the video. He's going to be here on set. And I got to meet him, and I thought he was going to be one of those larger-than-life characters, like his voice. But no, he's really softly spoken, and he's so friendly and really professional. Like, you know when they say, never meet your heroes, right? That was utter bull. This guy was so nice. And I even asked him about advice for like voice acting and voiceover work, and he gave me loads of tips. And he asked if I do stand-up or whatever. And I mentioned us, saying we do impressions, and we're doing a gig in Derby coming up, which we conveniently are on our way to. And he suggested like going onto his website. I think it's called Gravy on the Brain, and it's basically.
I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say it's really good.
Yeah, but yeah, he suggested it, and so we thought. So if anyone here who listens to this wants to get into like voiceover work or voice acting, check it out, because they've got a lot of really helpful things on there. Like they do seminars, group talks. They even have people, if you send them voice clips or demo reels, they'll give you like feedback and say, this, that, and all a lot about it. And I thought that's really cool.
Gravy for the brain.
Gravy for the brain. It's Gravy on the Brain.
Gravy on the brain.
It's either Gravy on the Brain or Gravy for the Brain. I feel terrible because I forgot the name of the website, so I feel terrible. But I know it is called either on or for. And yeah, so we got on set, had a quick chat. He was really friendly and he was really soft spoken. And then we did our first scene together, and basically it's from where it goes from the narration to where he's actually there in the living room with me, and he puts on the voice, and oh my god,
wow.
I mean, I've done shows in the past where like, I've had to do comedy and stuff, and I've managed to keep a straight face, but Jesus, the minute he went from being like really soft spoken and talking to me like a person, like a fellow actor, to this packet of crisps tastes incredible. I was like, oh my god. I struggled.
The After Hours Walker's edition, is it?
Well, that's not what it actually said in the advert. It definitely.
You have got to f***ing try this.
Prawn cocktail tastes like piss. By the way, it turns out he doesn't like prawn cocktail, so there you go. There's kind of truth to that impression there.
It's an acquired taste.
Well, there's the thing though, like, because we had to eat these crisps. I went through about 8 or 9 packets of Walker's crisps because they filled up a big bag with like 2 or 3 packets at a time, and I had to keep eating them like every take. Eat crisps. I was like, okay. It was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, the people I worked with were just so lovely and they're really friendly, and Peter Dixon was awesome, but after that I was like, I think I've had my share of Walker's crisps to last me for the next year or something.
Well, it's a good job I've got a multi-pack of 12 packs.
No! Oh, God almighty.
I'll be eating them in the room tonight that we're sharing, us lads.
Oh.
I'll be watching you lovely lads sleep.
Just sitting there munching crisps in the corner in your pants.
Just like crunching crisps over you as a crumb's falling on angelic sleeping faces.
I'm just going to sit there crying in the corner with a packet of Maryland cookies, like, just
go back to
kill
sleep,
me.
lads. It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but like last year, like both of you snoring. I was lying there, like just in the early hours of you both going.
Hey, just be grateful I didn't spoon you, okay? Because that would have made it even more awful.
And naturally, you spent the entire year waiting, plotting for this evening.
That's why he's got the crisp.
Seek his revenge upon thee.
I'll take about 5 Valium and drink a bottle of wine, and then I'll be out. You won't be able to wake me up. I'll be like.
Speaking of adventures in stuff that we do, Chris, you recently went to the fabled land of freedom. You went to America, basically.
Yes, I went to America. Yeah. Had a wonderful time. Yeah, went to promote the audiobook for The Right of Wands, which is by Mackenzie Floor, which I've narrated.
Marvellous.
And hosted a few panels out there, which went down a storm, so it was good fun. And I met a couple of people I've always wanted to meet, one of which you did the voice next to him.
Yeah, you met Kevin Conroy. You met Batman.
I can't do the voice as well as you. Go
on. Oh, stop it.
Go on.
Okay. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
And he did this the moment he turned up.
Oh, yeah, he does that. Like
when he goes, I am Batman. And just a rupture of applause from people waiting for his autograph.
It was if Batman was a rock star, that is literally how he does it. He just walks in and goes, I'm Batman. Michael Keaton does the exact same thing. He walks into a room and says, "I'm Batman," and everyone's like, "Oh my god! Take me, Batman! Take me!"
Do you think Adam Woodyatt does that? He plays Ian Beale.
I'm Ian Beale.
Cafe. I'm Ian Beale, right?
Oh, make me a bacon sarnie. Oh.
I can't have place tonight. I can't afford it, right? I'm trying to keep this business together. I'm trying to keep it together.
I never thought I would hear talk about how Batman and Ian Beale walk into a room.
Right, I'm Batman. Kate Crusader, right?
The cat.
That impression is just
The cafe isn't going to keep itself open.
I do that. Women
We're not making enough money.
I do that while I'm making love to lovely ladies. That's right. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful.
Do your Ian Beale impression. Oh, yes.
Yeah, do your Ian Beale. All right, calm down, ladies.
Whatever you do. Most people are...
So you're so beautiful, right?
So we just had a fantastic gig at Whooverville, and we've recorded it especially for you. Here you are.
Good evening. Is everyone sitting comfortably? You might recognise this voice. Now, we present a special edition. This is being recorded for our podcast as well. We sound familiar. We now present Who Sounds Familiar? Now, has anyone been to LFCC of late? It was a first for many, and especially a first for Christopher Eccleston, as we will now portray. 2,375. Hello, can I have an autograph, please? 2,470. Righty-o, certainly. What's your name, mate? Tom. Cash or card, Tom? I'm sorry? We don't make it in this world doing something for now, mate. So you're paying by cash or card? Oh, cash. Thank you to Tom. Thanks for the door. You should have gone to a stage door instead. Chris. There you go, mate. Fantastic. Can I get a photo with you? You got 85 quid on you, mate? I can ask my mum. Well, how about you toddle off, get your mum, and then join the end of that long queue, alright? Good lad, off you pop. Who's next?
Hello, Chris. Chris, long time no speak.
Sorry, do I know you?
Oh, Chris, don't be daft. It's me, David.
Cash or card, David?
No, I don't think you understand. It's me, David. Tennant.
Oh, sorry, David. Didn't notice you. Just like you didn't notice me earlier when I went to say hi.
Sorry, I was busy. You know what it's like.
You didn't answer my question.
What question?
Cash or card, David?
I'm not paying. I'm just saying hi.
Yeah, well, if you're not paying, do you mind stepping out of the line? People are queuing up to see me, so I'm a bit busy, alright?
Oh, so that's how it's going to be. Childish.
I'm not being childish. You are. You ignored me first.
I didn't know you were there.
Oh, that says it all, doesn't it? Mister, I've done Subterraneans too. Didn't notice me from up in his cloud.
You're the dick who sat in his own booth.
Look, I'm making these fans day, aren't I? Next. Hello, yeah, could you make that to Ryan, please? Cash or card, Ryan? That's 95 quid, mate.
95? Listen, kid, I'll do it for 80.
Oh, yes, please. Hang on a minute. Don't go licking my punters up. I mean, lovely fans.
Yeah. To Ryan, thanks for picking the better doctor, David Alonzi. How's that?
Hey, you would have been doctor if it weren't for me, alright?
Well, maybe you should have stuck around. I'm sure the hierarchy would have loved you.
That does it. You want some? Do you want some, mate?
Oh, I'm so scared, Mr. G.I. Joe.
Let's see how you look after I rip out your lovely hair out.
Well, at least I have hair to pull.
What the hell is all this? How dare you? There I am signing autographs and all here's you two arguing. How dare you? All in front of all these people, all these fans who have come all this way to see you. And this is how you behave. How absolutely disgraceful. Now, behave like the daughters they think you are and apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Chris.
I suppose I'm sorry too, mate.
That's good. Now, all of you here, I can do your autograph for 50 quid.
Thank you very much.
Bit of a controversial question. Is anyone here still subscribed to Doctor Who magazine? Well, I still am. And there's a letter here, as I'm sure Doctor Who magazine gets a lot of these letters from disgruntled fans. So I thought I'd read one to you now. Dear Doctor Who magazine, it's me again. I've been a long-running subscriber of your publication since I was in my teens, back in 1988. Frankly, I am utterly furious. No, that's too much. Boiling with rage that your time team does not include anyone over the age of 28, by which I mean me. And I think you'll find my opinions of value given my rather extensive knowledge of the show. And I'd even consider Talons of Wen Chiang just good old-fashioned fun. Unfortunately, it's not the first time I've had my opinions ignored. Oh no. I tried to give Russell T Davies some advice in 2003, telling him that without referring to the Virgin New Adventures, and without the show being 25 minutes for 3 to 4 weeks, the show will crash and burn. The Celestial Tournament no longer responds to me, not sure why, although I personally thought my reason why the Doctor should always be a man was a perfectly valid excuse. And no, it's not because I'm a sexist. I don't have anything against Jodie Whittaker. I just don't think she should have been a woman. But I digress. I think that my opinions are worth hearing more than a 20-something that probably thinks that the Doctor, a saviour of the weak, defender of human rights and the seeker of fairness, is some kind of social justice warrior. It's political correctness gone mad. Please note that I am, as I've said in my previous 20 letters, still on the edge of cancelling my subscription, unless my request is adhered to. Anyway, please take my letter seriously as I am writing it. I must now return to badgering the Time ladies to tell them why I'm wrong, reminding Twitter my opinions haven't changed, and continue my life as a dick. Yours sincerely, Mr. Anonymous. P.S. Could you give more variety in the WhoTube column, please? The We Sound Familiar lots are pretty good, and we already know who Dr. Puppet is. Thank you.
Great. And now, a message from the President of the United States.
Oh, yes.
My loyal master race, it's your president speaking. Thank you for your cheers. Okay, that's enough. We have a grave situation, a very grave situation that requires our attention. More important than public health care, more than North Korea, or whatever the hell Britain are doing with their fishermen. I'm talking about aliens. Not just Mexicans or Arabs, but from outer space. Space Mexicans and space Arabs. I mean, space is so big, it's full of aliens. I've seen them on TV, and it's just so dangerous in space. It's too dangerous. So to counter this, I'm unveiling our new Space Force. So let me introduce you to the team. This is a doctor.
It's the Doctor, and there's 13 or so of us to pick from.
Well, I tried the woman one, but she didn't call me back.
And Donald, you know I'm an alien too, right?
That's why I'm barely paying you. And here is our Admiral.
Look, when I said I'd sign up to make the Carbon Admiral, I thought this was CBS, not a bloody imaginary space team. Besides, I'm an actor.
I've seen you fight those Cybermen.
Borg! They're bloody Borg!
Whatever, they're all the same. That's not racism.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, you bet, pal.
Please keep Lieutenant Chewbacca under control, Captain Solo.
Master,
Finally, someone with respect.
I regret to say it, Master, I have left a mess on the TARDIS doormat.
Oh, you little...
That's nothing. I had to clear up wharf shit from the flight deck numerous times.
I thought you said you were actors.
I'm talking about the actor. Method my arse.
Anyway, back to me. We also have on our team an actual star man.
Listen, Donald, I've never really been a star man. I only need to sing the songs. I'm not really Major Tom.
But I thought you knew all about life on Mars.
To be fair, the title is misleading.
Back to business. This is a great team. It's going to be really, really great. Especially with our top-of-the-range AI computer to guide us.
I am a real person, you insensitive son of a bitch.
And so, to any aliens out there watching this on their fake news, you should not mess with us, because we are so, so great. Do I have any questions? Not you, you're fake news. Space Force, over and out.
We have been Who Sounds Familiar. We sound familiar. We are. Thank you. Now, let's get off the raffle. Well, we hope you enjoyed that as much as the audience for Whooverville did. I think it went down a storm. We had a great time. And, Elle, I think you've got a challenge for us.
Yes, and seeing as it's my turn to pick this time, I have chosen the classic horror movie Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. And I would like... Chris, you can be Norman Bates, as portrayed by Alan Partridge. And
Mother knows best.
And Pete, you can play Mary, as portrayed by Michael Caine.
Blimey, that's a tough gig, isn't it, son?
Okay, so... and begin.
You eat like a bird.
Oh, you'd know, of course.
Not really. I hear that expression that one eats like a bird. It's really a falsity. I mean a falsity, because birds eat a tremendous lot. Oh, I don't know anything about birds. My hobby is stuffing things, taxidermy. And I guess I'd rather stuff birds because, well, I hate the look of beasts when they're stuffed. Foxes, chimps and all. Some people even stuff dogs and cats. But I can't. I only think birds look well stuffed because they're rather passive to begin with. Most of them.
It's a strange hobby. I mean, curious, I mean.
It's uncommon too.
I imagine so.
It's not as expensive as you think. It's cheap, really. Needles, thread, sawdust. The chemicals are all that cost anything.
Well, I think a man should have a hobby.
It's more than a hobby, mate. Sometimes a hobby is supposed to pass the time, not fill it.
Is your time so empty?
Oh, no. I run the office, tend the cabins and grounds, do little chores for mother. Or the ones she allows I might be capable of doing.
But don't you go out, like, with friends?
Friends? Who needs friends? A boy's best friend is his mother. You've never had an empty moment in your whole life, have you?
Only my share.
Where are you going? I don't mean to pry.
I'm looking for a private island.
What are you running away from?
Why do you ask me that?
No, people run away from anything. The rain... Well, the rain didn't last long, did it? You know what I think? I think we're all in our private traps, clamped in them, and none of us can ever climb out. We scratch and claw, but only at the air, only at each other. And for all of it, we never budge an inch.
Sometimes we deliberately step into those traps.
I was born in mine. I don't mind it anymore.
Well, you bloody should mind it.
Oh, I do. But when I say I don't.
If anyone ever spoke to me the way I heard, the way she spoke to you. I don't think I could ever laugh again.
Sometimes when she talks that way to me, I'd like to curse her out and leave her forever. Or at least defy her. But I couldn't. She's ill.
She sounded strong.
I mean, ill.
I think we're going to leave it at that. That is quite possibly one of the most charming and yet terrifying scenes I've ever heard in my life.
It's amazing dialogue, isn't it?
Yeah, so... okay, so I think next time it's your choice for film.
It's back to me, yeah.
It's back to you, then Pete, than me.
Well, I think we've had a fantastic time. I hope you enjoyed those sketches there we've dotted throughout this podcast. And,
yes.
And please stay tuned because you're probably watching it now, but it will be uploaded soon onto the facebooks.com.org.uk//Peter.
So if you haven't followed already, do follow the We Sound Familiar Facebook and Twitter.
And YouTube.
And follow us as well at... I'm at Chris W_T.
I think on Twitter I'm L_Schmel. I need to get a new Twitter handle because that one is terrible. And on Facebook I'm all one word, Elliott Crossley actor.
And I am Pete _under the pier where I live. I see her face when I close my eyes. I wish I never did the things I did.
On Twitter.
17 years in a care home, Peter. But seriously, just look for me on the interwebs.
Wonderful. Right. Well, thank you very much for listening. See you next time. Don't leave me. Bye-bye.